Did you know that nearly 70% of DIY renovation projects go over budget? It's not because materials suddenly got more expensive. Too many homeowners dive headfirst into projects without a plan, the right skills, or respecting the trades. I've seen enough botched jobs to make your head spin: crooked tiles, leaky faucets, walls that aren't straight. That's why I'm here to tell you about the 10 most common DIY renovation mistakes that'll cost you time, money, and maybe even a few tears. Stick around because I'm about to make your renovation dreams a reality. Alright, let's talk about planning. This isn't just about picking out paint colors, folks. This is about having a detailed roadmap for your entire project. First things first, you need a realistic budget. Factor in labor if you need to bring in a pro for certain tasks. Consider hidden costs like permits, disposal fees, even the cost of eating out because your kitchen's a war zone. Next up, create a timeline. Be honest with yourself about how much time you can realistically dedicate. Padding your timeline gives you wiggle room for unexpected hiccups. Don't even think about picking up a sledgehammer until you've got a solid plan. Listen, I get it. Nobody likes talking about money. But trust me, ignoring it is a surefire way to turn your dream reno into a financial nightmare. Underestimating costs is like building a house on sand. It's only a matter of time before things start to crumble. First off, get real about material costs. Prices fluctuate, so do your research. Don't just go with the cheapest option either. Remember, quality over quantity. Hidden costs are another budget killer. Permit fees, inspections, unexpected structural issues, these can add up fast. Always factor in a contingency fund. I recommend at least 15 to 20% of your overall budget for those unforeseen expenses. Let me tell you something. Permits aren't just bureaucratic hoops to jump through. They exist for a reason: safety. Ignoring them is like playing with fire. You might get burned, and believe me, the fines are the least of your worries. When do you need a permit? Generally, any major structural work, electrical, plumbing, or HVAC modifications require a permit. An inspection could uncover a potentially dangerous issue you didn't even know existed. Plus, when it comes time to sell your home, having all the proper permits in place shows potential buyers that the work was done right, by the book. Chapter 4. Skipping prep work. The foundation of a flawless finish. Alright, let's talk about prep work. This is the part that nobody likes, but it's the foundation for a flawless finish. We're talking about everything from cleaning and sanding surfaces to properly taping off areas you don't want painted. Skipping prep work is like cutting corners. You might save a little time up front, but it'll show in the final product. Uneven paint, bumpy tiles, wallpaper that's peeling at the seams. These are all signs that someone skipped the prep work. Trust me, taking the extra time to properly prepare your work area will save you headaches and heartaches down the road. Chapter 5. Using cheap materials. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Listen, I'm all for saving a buck where you can, but when it comes to materials you gotta be careful. Using cheap subpar materials might be tempting in the short term, but I guarantee it'll cost you more in the long run. Think about it. Cheap paint might seem like a good deal, but it'll fade faster, chip easier, and you'll probably need twice as many coats to get decent coverage. Flimsy fixtures might look okay at first, but they'll break down faster and need replacing sooner. Investing in quality materials might mean spending a bit more up front, but it'll save you money in the long run. Plus, quality materials look better, last longer, and add value to your home. Choose materials that are durable, reliable, and built to last. Chapter 6. Overestimating skills. Knowing your limits is half the battle. We've all been there. You're watching a home renovation show, and suddenly you feel like you can rewire a whole house with a pair of pliers and a prayer. Let's be real, folks, there's a big difference between watching something and actually doing it. Overestimating your skills is a recipe for disaster. You might think you can handle that plumbing job but end up with a flooded basement. Knowing your limits is half the battle. If you're not comfortable with a particular task, or if it's something you've never done before, don't be afraid to call in a professional. Remember, a good contractor can save you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration. Chapter 7. Not having the right tools. You wouldn't try to fix a car with a butter knife, would you? So why try to tackle a renovation project without the right tools? Having the right tools for the job makes all the difference. It's about working smarter, not harder. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and buy every gadget under the sun, but having the basic tools, a good quality drill, saw, level, tape measure, is essential. The right tools not only make the job easier, they also make it safer. Invest in quality tools that are right for the task at hand. Chapter 8. Ignoring safety. It's not worth the risk. I can't stress this enough. Safety is paramount. It's not just about protecting yourself, it's about protecting everyone involved in the project, including your family. Ignoring safety protocols is like playing Russian roulette with your well-being, and it's simply not worth the risk. Always wear appropriate safety gear. Eye protection, gloves, earplugs, these are your best friends on a job site. Be aware of your surroundings. Know where electrical lines are located, be mindful of trip hazards, and keep your work area clean and organized. If you're ever unsure about something, stop and ask for help. Chapter 9. Rushing the job. Haste makes waste and regrets. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a successful renovation project. Rushing the job is a surefire way to make mistakes, cut corners, and end up with a result that's far from what you envision. Take your time, plan your steps, and don't be afraid to walk away if you're feeling overwhelmed or frustrated. Remember, quality takes time. It's better to address a mistake early on than to try to fix it later, which often ends up costing more time and money. Be patient, be meticulous, and take pride in your work. Chapter 10. Lack of professional help. Knowing when to call in the cavalry. Listen, I'm all for DIY, it's empowering, it's rewarding, and it can save you money. But there comes a time when you need to recognize your limits and call in the cavalry, the professionals. Knowing when to call in a pro is crucial for a successful renovation. If you're dealing with structural changes, complex electrical or plumbing work, or anything that involves gas lines, don't even think about tackling it yourself. These are jobs best left to the experts who have the knowledge, experience, and insurance to handle them safely and effectively. Remember, a good contractor can save you time, money, and a whole lot of headaches. Outrow, make your renovation dreams a reality. So there you have it, folks, the 10 DIY renovation mistakes that can turn your dream project into a nightmare. From poor planning to ignoring safety, these pitfalls can cost you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. By following the tips and advice we've discussed, you can approach your next renovation project with confidence. And hey, if you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more home improvement tips and tricks from yours truly.